If you've been watching this week's videos, you know that I probably should have called this Tech Week. Tech behaving badly. Something like that. Because every single story that I've come across, or I did come across over the weekend and this week, is directly related to one of the social ad techs, whatever they are, doing something wrong or questionable. Let's use that word in regards to this particular story. You see, Twitter was, well, they were going to start getting involved in some spicy content and the monetization thereof. Want to learn more? Here we go. So I'm not going to bury the lead. In fact, I've said that a lot this week. I'm just going to come out and tell you from the headline what the plan was. Twitter reportedly shelved plans to compete with OnlyFans, and basically did that because they had problems detecting, well, people who were too young to be participating in said activities and obviously exploitive acts. They just, their machine learning didn't learn that very well. And while this overall is kind of amusing that they were actually willing to get into this prior to Elon Musk's purchase offer, it does point out some real problems that exist at Twitter, and we'll dive into those in a moment. From the article in that comes out of Business Insider and obviously redirects to the original source of the material, which was The Verge. Just weeks after Elon Musk had intended to purchase, or it basically indicated he was buying Twitter, the company reportedly scrapped its plans for an OnlyFans copy. See, they wanted to remove the middleman because, as you and I both know, well, you get bombarded by content from fan service models, whatever you want to call them, and folks that are trying to solicit their OnlyFans location. They also, on Twitter, you can find Gumroad and many of these other entities that direct you to these various sites that you can ogle content if that's your jam. And so once Elon Musk said, hey, I'm going to buy you, they rethought that. The Verge actually reported during the course of their investigation that an internal team found that Twitter does a very poor job of policing harmful content. No kidding. One former Twitter employee said Musk focus on bots and not on the harmful bad behavior content was a gut punch. Well, there's a little more to that quote than that. And you know what? I tell you what. Musk is focused on whether or not this thing makes money. He probably wasn't aware of some of these other issues, and if he is, those are things he's going to have to address. I'm sure he's well aware of that, but it's surprising to me that Twitter isn't going about doing that already. So anyway, from the article, we'll do a little bit of reading, which we haven't been doing lately, but it's important. So this past May, just a few weeks after Elon Musk agreed to purchase Twitter, the company reportedly quietly shut down plans to build an OnlyFans copy, citing one main reason: Twitter's growing problem with harmful content. Through a leaked internal emails, so somebody said here, and conversations with former employees, so a lot of people have been talking, The Verge uncovered Twitter's plans to monetize adult content and found that they were axed after an internal team concluded that Twitter cannot accurately detect people too young for that kind of activity and non-consensual activity at scale. No, it can't. I can't imagine why you're having machines do this. I think that you would have to properly vet every single person that you wanted to go through something like this in order to monetize their content. But I can't say that I'm surprised at Twitter wanting to remove the middleman. They cite in the article what OnlyFans is, and there's not just OnlyFans, folks. There's a lot of these fan service types of locations if you are looking for spicier content, and they're all advertised on Twitter, and you can still find stuff on Insta Facebook, Gram, whatever. But that type of content, according to the article, has exploded in popularity. Well, obviously, especially during the global crisis when people were locked away and not engaging directly with humans. So, not a surprise. But I guess Twitter executives at the time saw an opportunity to copy OnlyFans' subscription model, removing that middleman, and basically expand on what they already allow for, which is a certain amount of adult content. I'm sure you've seen it. Twitter's teams police pornographic content with outdated technology, with known broken windows. This is bad, which means that a lot of stuff gets through. The Verge found that Twitter's executives are aware of the issue and have done little to fix it. Instead, focusing efforts on speeding up revenue growth and user numbers, I'm sure that they could look more critically at the things that are broken. I imagine that they are. Some of the reporting here is a little suspicious, but if this is true, I'm concerned. I wonder if you are. You'll probably comment below, I'm sure. But Twitter didn't respond to the comments or request for comment by Insider, but because again, this is a secondhand story from The Verge. The Verge actually did get a comment out of them from a Twitter spokesperson who said exactly what every Twitter spokesperson would say: 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Twitter has zero tolerance for the exploitation of people too young to be exploited. They aggressively fight online bad behavior from people too young to be exploited, or people that are taking advantage of young people that are too young to be exploited. And they have invested significantly in technology and tools to enforce their policy. Doesn't sound like it based on some of the reporting from insiders, but we'll keep going. Our dedicated teams work to stay ahead of bad faith actors and to help ensure we're protecting minors from harm both online and offline. Well, that means they contribute to organizations that protect young folks. And that's good if they actually do that. I don't know, but that's an interesting statement. Quality statement indeed. A former researcher at Twitter told The Verge during the course of their article that Musk's focus exclusively on bots and not the site's other issues, including its poor track record of policing harmful content, was a gut punch. Well, I think that's an unfair characterization if Musk isn't made aware of those issues or they've been spoken of rather lightly to him. There's a lot of nuance that's missed in that kind of reporting, and it was done with intent. But I have to agree that one of the things that Musk, if he were to acquire the platform, would have to focus on is getting rid of these kinds of problems. And I think that if he doesn't get a hold of it, Twitter should already be taking care of this. And if they're not, we should put their feet to the fire. Whether or not Elon Musk considers spam and bots to be the most important question that needs to be answered in order for him to buy the company, whether or not that's ludicrous, according to one of these researchers that is quoted in The Verge, I would say from a financial standpoint, he has to buy the thing for a fair price in order to fix the thing. Again, kind of a weird way to go about reporting stuff. But hey, what do you think? Do you think that that Twitter should have moved forward with plans to become more spicy, to become OnlyFans, to become Gumroad, something similar? Do you think that Twitter should address the elephant in the room, which is their inability to screen said content, which is already leaking through onto their platform? I would say I'd say a hearty yes to that one. But hey, I'm soliciting your comments, so please use the section down below. I would also be interested to know, I should say, that if you would be consuming these, I can't imagine you would, but if you'd be consuming the OnlyFans version, Twitter's OnlyFans version yourself, I just can't imagine. I don't know how many people would take them up on this. I would probably be surprised, but and again, no judgment here if that's your jam, but I'm just curious. Anyway, what do you think about this? Please use the comment section down below. Give me your answers, thoughts, whatever. I'm at a loss here, folks. Out of my depth. I can't believe the stuff I'm finding on all of these social media platforms this week. These are crazy stories, folks. Crazy. And there's more. I got another one coming. Oh, and tomorrow you should expect a reaction video to Brahmastra, which is a film coming out on the 9th in cinemas. You're going to have to go looking for it because it's coming out of India. So based on everything I've heard, sounds good. You'll get the reaction to the trailer from me tomorrow, kind of as a promo. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to all these incredible films coming out of India, but you already know that. So support, obviously, Indian cinema, but also other independent creators here on the platform because they absolutely deserve it. They're not getting the kind of backing that they need. If you like, subscribe, share their content, and comment, it really does help. I'm not kidding. Every time there's elevated engagement on one of my videos, it helps. It helps grow the channel. And, you know, we've slowed down a little bit this month. I'd like to get back up there. So anything you can do to help push my channel and all the other independent creators that you love, well, please do so, because believe it, we do appreciate it. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.